main event time. Go on then, Jamie. Give me your thoughts on this.
Well, they've got similarities in the way they fight. Like, they're both rush forward, but for, like, different reasons.
Yeah.
So, like, Jan, he crashes forward to kind of aim to put people up against the fence and work to the back and take them down.
Swarm with punches and grab and bump and,
And Rakić rushes in to get people on to the ends of, like, big power shots, like the high kicks you were saying. I've got Rakić in this one because I think he's more likely to be able to do that than Jan is to be able to do that to Rakić.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. I think Jan's, I mean, obviously he's got the experience. So he's, 28-9 for Jan compared to 14-2 for Rakić. Same reach, but that's down to the width of Jan's shoulders more than anything. But 2-inch height advantage. Rakić is going to look and seem taller.
Yeah.
And the way that Jan defends, it just concerns me the way he pulls back. I think it's kind of tailor-made for that high kick of Rakić. But then, if Jan's able to clinch him and put him on the floor, so Rakic's takedown defense is 90%. I mean, he's got very, very strong takedown defense. Jan's takedown accuracy 53%, higher striking output for Rakić, and the reach that he's got, the reach might be the same, but the height, he's able to reach further with his legs, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big fan of Jan, and I've enjoyed the fact that he won the belt. But I kind of feel like this new wave of light heavyweights, kind of similar to what we were talking about with the lightweight division. But like, these guys are ready.
Yeah.
Like, they're not quite ready in the lightweight division. They all need maybe a fight or two. But you look at Błachowicz and Rakić and Ankalaev. It's like they're there now, and they're the ones that are dominating the top of the division. The older guys, the Krylovs and the Ozdemirs, they're starting to work their way down the division now. And I kind of feel like Jan might fall into that trap. A bit like a Sarlat pit, isn't it?
Yeah. The thing is as well, like, Jan's fight against Izzy, I think Rakić is going to be a lot more harder to take down than Izzy was.
For sure.
Just purely because of the physical difference.
Yeah.
Like, Izzy is a middleweight and Rakić is a massive light heavyweight.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to struggle there to, on the physical side of things, be a lot harder for him, for Jan.
There was a comment actually on the War Room, because it went up last night, didn't it? And someone mentioned about the fact that Jan's got really good low kick defense. And, yes, he has got good low kick defense, but there's a difference in reach here. You know what I mean? There's like Izzy wasn't really throwing a great deal else, and Jan was interested in staying close to Izzy to pressure him. Like, if he's stepping and reaching and falling short against Rakić, that lead leg's still going to be vulnerable. It doesn't really, like, low kick defense is really valuable unless you're actually the one that's throwing. If you're stepping to throw, and because he had a comparable reach with Adesanya, like, he wasn't having to step as much to reach. He was more walking him into range. I still feel like Rakić, the way that he throws his low kicks, is going to be a different thing to what Izzy was doing. Yeah, I think this is a rough fight for Jan. I really do. I'd like to see a way for him to win, and I think if he does win, it's going to be a case of closing him down, body locking him, taking him to the floor, and probably taking his back and subbing him. Like, I could see a rear naked choke finish on Jan's part, but I think it'd be really difficult to get Rakić to the floor. I think he's going to be far more composed with his takedown offense than Izzy was. He won't be overstepping like Izzy was and getting drawn in. I mean, Jan was patient in that fight. He waited until, what was it, third round before he took him down. Like, so Izzy had 2 rounds to feel confident stepping forward without getting taken down. Rakić is not going to play that game.
No,
he's gonna know that Jan wants to close this distance. Like, I know there's only 2 inches in height, but Rakić is going to feel like a much taller guy.
I think he's more aggressive when people attempt to take him down as well, because he always strikes from the position, like the sprawl position as well. Like, he is very aggressive. Yeah, and he's good at, like, reversing and getting on top and putting in ground and pound as well. Yeah,
that bind he had on Anthony Smith, where he went under his underhook and over his leg. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very, very slick. Yeah, I've got Rakić.
Yeah, same.
I've got Rakić. I'd like to see Jan win and get another shot to the belt, but I think the timing with this division and the way it's moving on, I think we've got a bracket of like 6'4" murderers that are coming through that are all gonna just dominate the top of this division.
I really want to see Rakić against Prochazka as well.
Oh, that'd be a banger.
It's like there's a fight in the light heavyweight division.
Yeah, but then where do you put Ankalaev? Where does he sit in amongst them? Like, so say if you move the old boys out, say if Yuri beats Teixeira and Rakić beats Błachowicz, so then you've got Prochazka, Rakić, and Ankalaev in that top little bracket. Who's the best out of those three? Put them in order.
I think Prochazka's top.
Okay, yeah. Prochazka's top. Ankalaev or Rakić next?
I'd go Rakić.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Ankalaev next. Okay, so the top of the light heavyweight division in 3 months' time could be Prochazka as the champion with Rakić as the number one contender and Ankalaev at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that happening.
I think so.
So who's the next one to join them down the division? Which one of the names? Like, Santos is probably on his way out. Smith, I don't know as we're going to get a resurgence from Smith.
See, Dom Reyes, I still think he's up there.
Yeah.
I think because he's still young. He was the closest guy to beat John Jones in recent times. So I feel like he's still got. Has he been out injured? Because he hasn't fought since Prochazka.
I think he has.
Because I think he's still in that mix of, or he could at least work his way back up to that top 5.
3 losses in a row though. It's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough.
Who are that? Is it John Jones, Prochazka,
and Jan?
Jan
lost to Jan, didn't he? Like, we've got Paul Craig who could keep snapping triangles on people. I do feel like Paul Craig's got to level up his striking for those top few though, because if he isn't able to get Ankalaev, well, I mean, I know obviously he's got a win over Ankalaev, but we all know how that was going until the triangle. You know, if he's not able to sub Ankalaev or able to take Prochazka or Rakić down, I think he really struggles with that little group. Everybody else, I mean, I think Anthony Smith is a good fight for Paul Craig, but then I'm looking further down. Maybe a Ryan Spann. I feel like Krylov is not quite going to make it. I don't see any consistency in Johnny Walker, not in his base skill set to be able to do it. He needs that wildness back in his game where he catches people, but he's not going to catch everybody, is he? It's like Prince Nassim, you know.
I always find the light heavyweight division a strange division.
Yeah, it's
like a bit of a floater division.
Yeah,
not to say that there's anything wrong with it, but it's just, it's just the strangeness between the middleweight and it's like all light heavyweights are just in shape heavyweights, kind of thing.
Yeah. But then, like, there are a few guys at heavyweight that you could quite easily see moving down to light heavyweight. Like, I'd be interested to see what weight Chris Daukaus could get down to.
Yeah,
because I like Ivanov. Like, I could quite easily see him making, like, I think he's like 6'1".
Yeah,
like, he's not particularly big. You've got to wonder where they're carrying the weight and if it could come off. Like, there are definitely some guys, like, of course, like Curtis Blades, Derek Lewis, Tom Aspinall, they're never making.
Yeah, just physically big, frame-wise and everything, yeah.
I think even if you strip all the body fat off Tom Aspinall, he would still have to cut a decent amount of weight to get to light heavy, and you don't want to do that to him. But, yeah.
It's just Jared Cannonier's proved that.
Right?
Like, massively. Going from a heavyweight down to a shredded middleweight.
And being ranked number 2 in the division. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so we're both going with Rakić, are we?
Yeah.
Sad face. I'd love to see Jan get the win here, but I just think Rakić is too much. It's that drifting away that Jan does, where he, like, oh man, it makes me nervous.